This is Wife Material Podcast, episode 16, Wife Material 2.0, Sex, Robots, and AI. Alright, well, there's more than that. Obviously, there's science of reproduction, sperm, eggs, and stuff like that. As you can see in this image, this is not a real woman. This is a sex bot, or whatever you want to call it, sex doll. This obviously has certain capabilities as well as actual electronics that allow it to do certain things, say certain things. And that's where artificial intelligence will come in. Stuff like Siri, Alexa, things of that nature. And what I'm trying to point out is the idea that with science could literally replace women. Just say it straight up. You can literally replace women. So literally women 2.0. Because what normally makes women women, right? Certain pretty much everything that makes a woman can be, and to a certain degree, because of science, right? Technology can be replaced, right? Can be replicated. The physical form in this situation, the human eggs, like in the study, how we can make artificial eggs. It does also say artificial sperm. So that's another option. You can obviously look up the information here. And this was written by a woman, so keep that in mind, right? So the point is that notice that there's more men in science and technology than women. So no surprise that we have things like this. Notice that Alexa and Siri have female voices, not male voices, female voices. That tends to be popular. Why female voices are popular? Wonder why. And again, who's making these things, right? I don't think it's women that's making these things. I think women are creating these things. I think it's men that's creating these things, doing these things. Even in this research, if I'm right, it was a male scientist. I think that's his name right? Zim. Anyway, point is, let's get back for a second. So, most of these, there's tons of other stuff here you can look at, obviously, for that information. But the point is that, wouldn't be that hard to create a wife 2.0, right? Another thing is the fact that, men, have to take care of women, children, right, financially. Like, they financially have to take care of the children, right? Child support, obviously having a job and stuff like that. But that's the thing, men provide for the wife and children. That's usually how it normally is, right? In a nuclear family. But the way things have been changed, the way men and women are interacting with each other, not interacting positively, you're getting a scenario where the children are with the mother, not the father, but the father's still responsible for the children, at least. Even if he's not responsible for the wife or the significant, his baby mama in this scenario, he's still responsible for the children because they're still his children. And that's the thing, they're his children. He's still responsible for them. And most men have no problem with, being responsible for their own children, their offspring. But what's interesting is the fact that they're the ones, they're taking care of their offspring, right? They're paying for their offspring to grow up for at least 18 years, right? So they're responsible for the children for 18 years, but they don't get to have custody, right, of the children. Sometimes they barely have visitation. Sometimes they do get visitation, but they'll never have custody. Sometimes they don't have either. They don't have custody and they don't have visitations, right? So that's unfortunate, depending on the situation. But the idea of it is the fact that you will understand that you will be in the position of taking care of the children, but you don't have the children um, in your life to be able to influence them, other than, you know, you paid for them, right? You're paying for them to be able to eat, right? Be able to have clothing on their back, roof over their head, but that's about it. You don't get much of anything else on average. So that tends to be unfortunate, and a lot of guys definitely not going to be okay with that for too long. But that's in that arrangement, that dynamic. But with the modern woman, making it hard for relationships to last. They're the ones ending. They're the ones divorcing their husbands. They're the ones breaking up with their boyfriends. Since women are leaving the relationship, and a lot of times they leave with children, so that becomes an unfortunate scenario. Which is why I was mentioning the whole dynamic of the mother with the children. The children are with the mother, not the father. Even though the father is the one that's mainly the breadwinner, right? He's the one that can provide the most. But the dynamic is changing, where now the woman, because she has a job, she's replacing the man financially in that situation. But he is still held responsible. He's still involved financially, right? But he has less influence and control of the situation. Now, this is not about that situation specifically. We're talking about more about the fact that won't be surprised in the near future, especially because there's this whole there's a short supply of desirable men for women, because average at best women and wife material type women, the fit, friendly, feminine type women, they all tend to want the same percentage of men in the world, right? 6 feet, 6-pack, 6 figures, right? That kind of stuff. So, because we all know there's more average men and women than there are of the higher class of men and women. So, because of that, won't be too surprised there's going to be a lot of average men, going the technology route. I mean, they already are there, right, with Onlyfans and Instagram. They're already going to Pornhub and stuff. Already going the technological route. Wouldn't be too surprised that they want to go further, right? To the point where it's like, well, I want kids. I could afford to take care of kids, myself and at least one child, and I want to be a father. But because women are the ones that decide if a man gets to be a father or not, because of sex, men don't have a choice. The only time a man can have children by choice is if a woman makes that choice, not him. So, this wouldn't be too surprising that we have this type of scenario. Wife 2.0, mother 2.0, whatever you want to call it, baby mama 2.0, whatever you want to call this concept of the fact that we're going to start doing, this type of artificial stuff. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that high value men will want something similar to this, will want to create an arrangement where basically they basically just going to take basically test tube babies, going that route. I'll use that term, test tube babies. Wouldn't be surprised in the near future test tube babies are going to be a more common thing than just a sci-fi term. It'll be an actual thing. Sometimes people use test tube baby as an insult, but in the near future, it's going to be how everybody's born, so it will not be an insult. It'll be like, well, duh, so are you. We're all test tube babies, right? And that's going to be an unfortunate scenario. if we start going that route, which we shouldn't go that route. But with the way women are acting nowadays, yeah, it seems like it's going that route. So hopefully Kevin Samuel does a great job, and many people like him, and we go back to doing things the right way, which is men and women get together and reproduce, keep the human race going. So we don't have to settle for test tube babies in order to keep the human race going. Another unfortunate aspect of the test tube baby concept, right? Because I wouldn't be surprised some women be like, well, I don't care. Has nothing to do with me, I don't care. Well, that's the fact that with something like this, the more advanced technology gets, we won't need real physical women, right? It'll get to the point where we can literally gender select, as in we can literally make it where the whole human race is just men, just boys, just penises everywhere, right? We can literally make it that way. Granted, we could do it the other way, just a whole bunch of women, right? But the thing is the way the world is right now, it's more likely, again, this is a hypothetical, little sci-fi thing, a little hypothetical thing, where this can just, lead to, men only. And the only females on the planet would actually be, robots. AI, Alexa, Siri will be the only females on this planet. Or female-like. Because another thing you have to think about, what's interesting about Alexa and Siri, for example, besides having female voices, is the fact that they're attached to artificial intelligence to a certain degree, right? Computers, which is logic based, not emotional based, right? Now they could pretend to have feelings. You could tell them, your goldfish died, and they'll say sorry for your loss and stuff like that, and try to give you some advice. But again, that's just a logical response. It's not really an emotional response. It's a logical response to try to respect that somebody could be sad or happy in certain situations, so they can logically respond to that with logic, not emotions. So having the body of a woman, right, the voice of a woman, but the logicness of a man, but because it's artificial intelligence, it'll be even more logical than man is. Because even a man can be emotional from time to time, but he's more logical than emotional. But if you eliminate the emotion period and just straight up logic, then it's just straight up logic. But then that goes to the robot thing, right? Sometimes some women will use that exact example and be like, we're not robots. It's like, yeah, not yet. Hopefully never, but not yet, right? Anything is possible. It could happen. It could definitely happen, so be careful. That's all I'm really trying to say is like, be careful. Understand that, for example, let's do this. Cooking and cleaning, right? These are two skills that women used to have and bring to the table, as they say. But now we got stuff like the Roomba, right? So we got that, and she don't like to cook. Woman doesn't have the skills, or doesn't want to have the skills to cook, or doesn't provide the skills of cooking. That's cool, We got Uber Eats. We got the Dash. Right? I know I use DoorDash. I can cook. It just But here's the thing: because I can cook, I don't have to use DoorDash. It costs a little bit more. DoorDash costs more to do, right? But I can do Instacart, right? Instacart, that's an option. You see there. If Amazon has something similar to this, but you see that somebody will literally go to a grocery store, supermarket or something, pick up a whole bunch of ingredients for me, bring it to me, and then I can cook. Right? So that's an option. Of course, women can say the same thing, when it comes to these types of things, that they can do that, right? If I need to go somewhere, why have a car when I could just Uber, right? It's like women can say the same thing, like, yeah, I could do it too, of course. You're welcome. You made it where you could do that. And that's why being a housewife ain't hard. That's why it's so weird for women nowadays to be like, oh, I'm against being a wife. Why? Let me create some bullshit. Oh, it's slavery. Really? Okay, let's pretend it is slavery. All right, so what kind of slavery thing do you have to do? I have to cook. Really? Do you have to cook? Or can you cook? There's a difference. Because clearly, according to Google, you don't have to cook. Isn't there a thing? Yeah, apron. Now you can... Oh, it actually showed actual aprons. Oh, Blue Apron. I think that's what it's called. Blue Apron service. Now, these things... Yeah, Blue Apron, right? Yeah, there's Blue Apron. So it gives you the ingredients. It also gives you instructions on how to cook. So you don't... Ironically, you don't have to know how to cook. You just got to know how to follow the directions. And if you're good at watching YouTube videos, well, then you know how to follow directions. Most modern women not really good at following directions per se, but for the ones who are, well, there you go, Blue Apron. It'll make you look like a housewife, because you'll be able to actually cook stuff. Now, it's better to know how to cook your own things, have your own recipes and stuff, because, people are different. I'm having trouble saying this. I'm encouraging highly that men and women learn how to cook because of the fact that you shouldn't be eating things that are products, like those that are products, for example, right? Like Doritos. This is not food. Does this look like it grows on a tree or in a farm or something? No. Look at that. That's a product. That was something that was created, mass produced. That's not food, but tons of people eating it. Right? Now we're eating stuff that isn't really food. I mean, look at it. That's too colorful, very colorful for it to actually be real food. Like, that's way too much color on this stuff here for it to actually be food. Does it taste delicious? Of course it does. Is it good for you? Hell no. But let's see what is food and what does look good. Oh my god, I really put that. That's funny. Yeah, you caught me. I watch anime. Oh man, that was funny. But you get the idea, right? Look at that. Now this is pretty colorful, but the color is pretty, dull, not too bright. So, but look, you like stuff that has color? Here's plenty of color right here in the vegetable section. Of course, click over here in the fruit section. You get a whole bunch of colorful fruits. Look at that, all that deliciousness right there. Fruits and vegetables, all that deliciousness. Point is that what is food isn't consumed as much as stuff that isn't food. Right? And that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, it's important to learn how to cook, so that way you take these ingredients, like fruits and vegetables, for example, spices and stuff like that, mix them in a way that creates something edible and eat it. And you can guarantee that it's healthier. You can guarantee that it's actual food. You can guarantee that it gives you the vitamins and minerals that you need. It's very important to have vitamin D, C, and zinc in your diets. This will help you with coronavirus, plus any virus in general, plus many other things. These are the 3 things you definitely need in your diet. Just, that's an important detail I wanted to throw in there. But, that's why cooking and cleaning is important. But as you can see, we have ways to replace, the need for someone else to cook for you, the need for someone else to clean for you, because we have stuff like this. You see, Uber Clean, is that even a thing? Like, well, ironically, the term Uber Clean is a thing. That's supposed to be um cleaning services for home or apartment or something. Any cleaning service. We get the idea that that type of service does exist. I was just hoping that a certain name will pop up, like some name brand pop up. Got Dirt. There you go. There's a female cleaning service called Got Dirt. Hey, look, ladies. They're using skills that they have to clean and stuff, so there's that. Alright, you get the idea. There are cleaning services out there you could pay for. Uber definitely should get on that. It's funny. I wouldn't mind going to somebody's house and cleaning it, for some money. That'd be funny. But like we were saying, is that a lot of the stuff that makes a woman, makes her useful when it comes to relationships. That's why I said wife 2.0, not woman 2.0. Wife, mother 2.0. Right? There's certain aspects about it. The importance of being a wife, the importance of being a mother. Those things are important. Those are the things that you are built for. You're built to be a mother, to be a wife, right? To be part of, family, part of a society, right? Especially in modern times, we have all these advances in technology to make life easier, but it's not supposed to really replace life. And what's unfortunate, especially with modern women, they've been trying to replace life. One of the things is trying to replace men. Because we had no problem with women working, which is why we, men, helped along in making it where women can go into the workforce and women can, have jobs and stuff like that, make money. It's like, yeah, do it. Go make money. Not a problem. What we didn't want, right? Nobody wants this because we didn't expect this to be a thing, is for women to be like, all right, well, we don't need men no more. What? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? That feels like a betrayal. You wanted the ability to make money, right? You wanted the ability to do things, to fulfill your dreams. Right? Fine. No one's stopping you. You want to achieve your goals in life and dreams, do it. But why are you against the idea of doing it from the position of a wife, the position of a mother? At some point you will be able to do what you need to do. Like for example, if you have one child with a man, right? Until the child is 18, well, until the child is what? Well, how old does the child have to be to at least go to first grade? At least 5 or 6 years old to start like for kindergarten or something like that. The thing is, you as soon as the kid starts school, you'll have some more free time. And because we have the technology, like I said, I showed you, you can order, order food, right? So you don't have to cook, which means you don't have to, because there's a lot that goes with cooking, right? Is that you have to get the ingredients. If you didn't already go shopping, you gotta go shopping and get the ingredients, which takes time and effort. Plus, you need a vehicle. That means you need a car. You need to go grocery shopping. You need the money, so the man's supposed to give it to you. Or if you already have it yourself, then that's great too. The point is a lot goes into preparing a meal. But now we made it easier and convenient to prepare a meal, so that makes that part of being a wife way easier, right? Same thing as cleaning, when you literally have a little robot running around the living room just cleaning the living room floor, so you don't have to. Especially if your floor is carpeted, they'll just vacuum for you. Women used to have to do everything, right? Let me put it. I'll put it this way: women used to have to be robots. Let's put it that way. They had to be robots. They had to clean the house, right? They had to cook, and they had to take care of the kids. Teach them right from wrong. If they misbehave, discipline them. They had to do all these things, right? Right. But we highly respected them for doing so. They had the coveted title of being a wife, a mother. That's up there with being a king, and up there with being a queen, and the president of the United States. You know what I mean? Damn near the level of God. That's how we viewed and revered mothers and wives. That they're up there. How important they are to society because of their importance when it comes to making babies, to raising them, right? Especially when the men were so busy working, not having fun, not hot boy summer, not husband summer, none of that bullshit. No, working. So that way the wife can do what she did. Now, back in the day, they had to work just as hard. So a woman's role and a man's role were equal in the sense that they both were working, doing what they're best at doing. Now, one task is easier than the other, right? Being a wife is easier than having to be a husband, because being a husband, we still got to do the same things we used to have to do. We still have to make a lot of money. We still have to be strong, tall, all these extra things. We still have to do these things that still makes us useful. But over a small period of time, there were, most modern women were trying to replace certain aspects. It's like, I don't need no man who has a car. There was a time where, if a woman wouldn't give me the time of day unless I had a car, unless I had a job, which means me having money mattered to her, me having a car mattered to her, and of course me having my own place. These were three things that women used to look down at men for. If you had no job, you have no car, and you live with your mommy, you get no booty. That's how women thought. That's how women behaved. That's what they did. And that was not too long ago. That was like a little over 20 years ago. That's the way it was. That's the mindset of women. The women wanted, a man to have a job, a car, and not live with his mom or his parents. It was parents at one time, but of course we all know the whole single mom thing came, so the whole living mom thing is why I said it. But there was a time it used to be just living in your parents' house, but now it's just living in your mom's house, right? So over time, women started being like, all right, well, you got to have these things for me to even, respect you or like you or whatever. And it's like, okay, fair enough. You want me to, that's the price that I have to pay to be with you. That's the criteria. Fine, I'll do it. But then now with the whole, women having jobs and stuff like that, now it's like, okay, well, I don't care if you have a car. I don't care if you have a job. I don't care if you have a house. Okay, I'm running out of things for you to care about. Okay, what do you care about? My penis? Is that still important to you, ladies? My height, the fact that I'm a man, or my strength, like I'm big and strong. Does that still matter? Like, what's going on? Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if someday women start lifting weights, like literally lifting weights, like eating healthy, a lot of protein, lifting weights and hitting the gym, like lifting weights, not trying to be sexy and slim, but literally lifting weights, trying to be like bulky, literally lifting weights. Let me see. No. Right? Lifting weights and shit. Right? That way they'd be like, all right, now I don't need a strong man no more. I don't need men for the strength. I can open up a jar by myself. I can lift heavy things. I can move furniture around by myself and blah blah blah. All this extra stuff is like, wow, really? Y'all really gonna start hitting the gym and start doing this? That's what it looks like. That most women, they want to be basically China. That's what they want to be. It's like, I want to be a fusion of man and woman. Like, wow. So you want to try to do everything, All right, you do you. But but that's the thing. If that is the route ladies are going, where they're trying to replace, the need for man, the whole we don't need no man concept, right? You're really trying to go with that idea that you don't need a man. Then it's like, okay, well then you're gonna have to do a lot more in order to truly not need a man. And I don't think I want to go that route because it's going to a different weird place. But hey, if that's what you want, that's what you want. You do you. Good luck with that. But then that means, we're gonna go the route we want. We're gonna go our way. We're going to bring sexy back, as it were, right? We're going to bring fit, friendly, and feminine back. We're going to bring women back. Whether it be through YouTube videos, through science, right? Technology. Right? We're gonna bring it back. It's one way or another. It's gonna come back. Womanhood will return. One way or another, we will have it. So keep that in mind, that this could be a possibility. This is just, a thought of mine, just thinking about how things are going. I mean, I saw some of this happening a long time ago. Right now, it's a little bit different than I expected because of the fact that I was like, most women who... Okay, let me put it this way. No sugarcoating, just gotta say what's on my mind. Okay, I expected women who were not that attractive, like they weren't born beautiful, right? Not a natural born 10, for example, because women love the number 10 apparently. They're not a natural born 10, that they would have to... let me see. Most women like to think Beyonce is a 10, so let's go with that. Anyway, she's pretty. Give her that, but oh, I want my baby. Yes. There you go. Kelly Rowland. There, girl. Anyway, so to each down, right? So 10, right? So you're not naturally born a 10, then you would have to get an average guy if you're going to be with a guy. If you're not going to be with a guy, then you're going to be single, right? And then you're going to have a career and this, that, and third, and pets and all that stuff. But at least you'll be able to, live a life. Might not be a super great life, not a life full of happiness and joy and memories, but it will be a life nonetheless. And if it works for you, it works for you. And if it works, it works, right? For me, ultimately, it's like I want everybody to be happy, but it's the fact that not everyone's going to have a relationship. Not everyone's going to have happiness, whether they're with somebody or not. So this is not 100% guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that everybody will have someone to love or just be happy, even without someone. But we can try, at least, right? Try to be happier, right? And that's the thing. It was interesting. Pop up something else. I saw something, this happened in Japan. I don't know what it's called. I don't like putting this lonely Japanese guy, but I'm trying to see if I can find. I'm pronouncing that. Japanese guy, Miku. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. I think this is this is the video. Alright. Yeah, I saw this video a while back. The technology is cute, but I'll take out the audio. The premise was like, oh, this is a little sad. We could do better. So pretty much the idea here is that fair use. The idea here is the fact that he doesn't have a girlfriend, and he doesn't seem to be very popular with the ladies, because the ladies want something, don't want an average guy. So the idea is that this guy is average. That's the point, right? He's average, so he doesn't have a female companion. So the idea here is, with the power of technology, he does have a female companion. He has someone to talk to, someone to, help him in the house. Look what she's doing. Oh, turning the lights on for when he comes home. It's like it's raining. Got the umbrella. Good for him, right? I gotta get on the bus, get home. He's letting him know, can't wait to see you. Like, this is adorable. And sad. Adorable in one way, sad in another. She is cute and adorable, but still, we can do better than this. We can definitely do better than this. So I'll stop it at that. that's I got two different types of feelings on that. It's cute, but at the same time, it's sad. That reminds me of a movie that I am a fan of. Speaking of Siri, right, is a movie, Her. I did that typed up wrong. There we go, yes. Images. This movie, Her. Yeah, pretty much on that premise. This guy really seems to not be having such a good life. His life seems to be pretty boring until gets a Siri, essentially, right? Gets itself an Alexa, and Alexa just so happens to be Scarlett Johansson. Right? See images. Let's see. Obviously, see Scarlett Johansson. Definitely a fan. I know I want my AI to have Scarlett Johansson's voice. I want a her. But anyway, you get the idea that, companionship through technology will be a thing. Having kids through technology will be a thing. Because we have the capabilities to do so. I would like to not go that route. I prefer things to be a little bit more natural, natural, real, right? Not fake, like makeup, right? But in the way things are going, women are going way towards fake, right? Fake. Whatever. Let's see. But IG pops. See if that pops up anything. Because I wrote it wrong. You get the idea. Nothing. Take out the fake body. Yeah, there's a lot going there, but you get the point I'm trying to make there with the idea that there's women out there with fake stuff, fake body parts, fake faces, like early makeup tutorial. See if that pops up anything immediately. I mean, just any of these makeup tutorials already show you. Let me see. Me? Would that help me pull out the? Yeah. Well, yeah. I always like those fake makeup Jones where you gotta see right here, like you got a guy. He's like, yeah, put on some makeup and bang, now I look like Chris Evans. Like, I always like that because that's funny, but it borders on the truth of the idea that you have a woman that doesn't have natural, is not naturally a 10, but with enough makeup, she's suddenly a 10. That kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna go that route, the rabbit hole. You get my idea, my point. That's the route they're going, on the route of fake. So don't be surprised if more fake stuff pops up, like fake baby mamas. Like that'd be a thing. Yeah. So just pointing out that that is a possibility. With the power of technology. Um, let me find what is it called? This already happening. AI, I guess, just AI robots pop up. Some AI robots out there. This is one of them that you see. You see her a lot. I forget what her name. Yeah, she has a name. But there's all these robots out there that they're making with AI. They can talk and whatnot, and they're meant for like customer service. When you have to go talk to somebody. Ironically, there'll be a robot. You can talk to a robot, ask them questions, so they can give you instructions and whatnot. But it's a robot though. It's a robot that's made to look human. But what's interesting is made to look like female. Notice that I typed up. Here's further proof, right? Of the route that we're going. Look at the fact that I put AI robots. I didn't put female AI robots. Notice I just put AI robots, and look what's popping up. Female, right? Modern. That's funny, right? And you're noticing that the main robot that has human like skin or appearance is mainly female. Every other robot kind of looks like a guy. Like that looks like a guy. But if you put this face on it, then it looks like a woman, right? Over here with a wig and stuff. Just notice a pattern. That's what I'm saying. Noticing like this one's cute. I like this one. She's cute, right? So there's that. Like notice that when it comes to AI and robotics, making women AI, women robots. Look at this one. Does she fight? Is that Alita Battle Angel right there that I'm seeing? Look at that. Look at the curves on this one. Nice. See what I'm saying? Like the idea. And the main ones in science and technology, in the forefront when it comes to science and the development of science and technology are mainly men. It's ironic is I'll use this image right here as an example. Women have no problem being behind a computer. Have no problems, wanting to be in control of a robot. But with AI, you don't need to control it. The robot can control itself. And if we make the robot not only control itself, but also look like this, we get into an awkward situation. So just pointing that out. Don't want to keep repeating the idea that technology, female technology. Just saying, I'm seeing a pattern there. I'm just letting you know. We might not want to go that route, but it seems like that could be a possibility. Or at least this will be make for a great movie. Trademark. This is my idea. Trademark. The idea of a movie where the premise is that yes, men and women, stop, getting along. Birth rates start going down. Women, want to have careers and this, that, and the third more than having a family and a relationship with a man. But men still want the ability to be a father. And they have all this money, like they work hard to have money and stuff like that. But what's the purpose? What's the point of having all this money if they don't have a woman and children to share it with? What's the point, of achieving all this, all this effort, putting all of this effort, but for what? What's the purpose? Normally it was to share it with a wife, to share it with the children, the fruits of your labor, But if a woman doesn't want to be a wife no more, having kids is getting harder because women are the ones controlling that, right? Then, okay, gotta find a solution to a problem, and this doesn't look like a bad solution to me. I'm just saying. like what I see. So I don't know. Just see what has to offer. Just saying, ladies, you might not want to go this route. You might want to go this route instead. Sure, you're not replaceable. Just saying.